All right, Storm Chasers, today. Well, tonight now at this point, I'm saying today because I'm up. Tonight at this point, we have a very special guest. And she's been on the show before, you know. She's told her life story on this show. We've worked together. We follow each other on Instagram. We know each other in real life.
In real life.
Social media marketing strategist, business builder, seven-figure killer. Like, I mean, it's so many nicknames I can give her at this point. King Ashley Ann, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here. You know I love you, Storm.
I know. I love you as well. And it's so weird because it's like I feel like we've known each other for a long time. We have, right? Since 2017.
Yeah.
I knew you before you knew me.
I feel like around 2017 or 18.
Yes.
It's been a minute. It's starting to, you start being around somebody for a long time, you forget, it just get fuzzy. You be like, I don't know, it's been a long time.
So for y'all that don't know the story, like back in like 2017, I used to be on Instagram doing trying to do a show. I didn't know what I was doing. This is back when like me and even Tokyo Tony used to talk in the messages. I just don't have them no more. But I remember I jumped in your live and I was like, I want my own show. I have this Instagram thing. Like, what do I do? And you said, oh, well, you need to be posting on here like 14 to 17 times a day. And you like laid out what I needed to do. And the IG thing didn't work, but I translated that to YouTube, and here we are, years later. So, and I don't need no TV show now. I got my own show. So
look, TV is dying anyway. But we're not gonna get into that.
Accerlate180.com. The link is pinned in the live chat. Once this video actually ends, it will be pinned in the very first comment on the video. Direct link to go get your tickets for the latest business conference in America. And so
and they gotta use code STORM so they can get a discount.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot all about my code.
Yes, for the Storm Chasers out here in the building.
Now I actually want to show them a couple videos real quick, and then we're gonna get into some stuff.
Okay. Let me be on mute. Okay. I don't make no background noise.
All right, as you guys see, Accerlate 180 business strategy. Wait, can y'all see it? Oh, yeah, I can. Good. Business strategy and wealth conference. We will actually be in Charlotte, North Carolina, the 1st through the 3rd of September. Yes, I am one of the speakers. And yes, I am, teaching people the YouTube game. We're going to talk about the short form content, which is basically the direction YouTube is going.
Okay, wait. So can I say something? This is not to hype you up. Y'all, Storm is a lot smarter than y'all think. Okay, he's a lot smarter than y'all know. And Storm is one of the best executors. We can have a session together, and I feel like before I've hung up the phone, Storm is already operating on it. And not only is he gonna operate on it, he's super consistent. So I'm so excited that you're going to be sharing your secrets, okay, inside of insight to say hey, put this like this, move that over there, a smidge of this right there, and bam, we on. I can't wait. But y'all, Storm, baby, that brain he got inside the head, okay, he uses his noggin. He uses his noggin on a regular basis.
I try to tell them that, but I appreciate you. If it's coming from you, then, hey, they know it's legit because you ain't got no reason to lie. So.
This is the thing, Storm. Anybody that's been watching your progression of your career, they should have already figured he knows something, right? And nobody made you. And I will say this, I'm thankful and grateful that I have the opportunity to be a part of your success story. But you were gonna be you either way, right? I just may have gave you a little couple extra little sauce, little sauce to go on it. That's it. I may have helped you get to where you want to be a little faster, but you are gonna you. And so anybody that's watched you, they should know that clearly you know something other people don't.
I appreciate that. And for people that saying she didn't do nothing to help, yes, she did. I actually met her first.
Mm-hmm.
For anybody else that you think I'd have met, we ain't gonna be shady on here.
Blink, blink, blink.
I didn't bring her to be shady, but it's just the truth. I encountered you in 2017 before I knew of anybody else. And y'all know who I'm talking about. So anyway. I appreciate that though. So this is the latest conference. I'm one of the speakers, but we're going to have many speakers. People talking about insurance, real estate, investments, how to use social media for your business,
Yeah.
personal branding. Am I missing something?
Government contracting,
Yes.
bookkeeping, because a lot of y'all need financing and funding for your businesses, but your books are not in order, so you're struggling out here in these streets. We're gonna get you together. I also will have my investors in the building, so that they can get you funded. So we've done a little bit over $10 million in funding for Black-owned businesses in the past 18 months. Because it's all kinds of statistical data that shows that Black businesses, we do not get approved at the rate that other businesses do in the United States, as white businesses, Native American, Asian, Italian American, whatever. Okay, we're not getting the opportunities that they are getting. And whenever we do get funded, we're funded on average about $25,000, which in business world, that's no money. You ran out of money before you walked out the door of the bank. Compared to our counterparts, they're out here getting an average of in between $100,000 to $250,000 in funding. So that has a lot to do with why they're able to sustain their businesses and grow and develop their businesses longer than ours. But there's a lot of stuff that we don't know, right? So 8 out of 10 Black-owned businesses fail within 18 months. And anybody's welcome at Accerlate 180. We got all kinds of people that come to the event. But realistically, a lot of us that have these dreams and these visions, especially, let me talk to my Black girls right now. Men are welcome too, but we love, there's this statistic that came out from Forbes a few years, and it talked about how Black women, we were opening businesses at a rate of 6 times greater than everyone else. But the other side of that is that our businesses fail 3 times faster than everyone else's. So a lot of what's happening at Accerlate is actually helping you put the foundations in place as well, so you can sustain your business.
Absolutely. And I would say too, it's nice to go to your conference and see people that look like you. Like, it's no shade to nobody else, but I'm just saying it's nice. And just you're the poster child for this. I'm gonna put your face on it. Just because it's Black does not mean it has to be cheap.
That's right. That's right. I'm gonna show out for y'all every single time.
Black excellence, Black elegance. Ashley is the epitome of that.
No, thank you, Storm. But this is the thing. I'm very intentional about doing that, right? Because I feel like a lot of us haven't experienced some things. And because you haven't experienced it, sometimes it makes it challenging for you to visualize and see yourself there, right?
Yeah.
And so it's really hard for everybody out here that believes in manifestation. I'm a big manifester.
Me too.
Sometimes it can be very challenging for you to see yourself somewhere and you've never experienced it, and you don't have anyone around you that's experienced it. And there has to be a certain level of expectancy that you have for yourself and in your life. And we don't have it all the time.
That is so true. That is so true. And I'm telling you, if you can think it, you can achieve it.
Just like that.
Just like that. Y'all got to remember, this is 2023, right? Yes, 2023. I started this channel December of 2018. Okay. In 2018, I was dumping trash.
Man.
I was driving Uber.
Man.
I was working for the state. I worked for the post office. I've had a lot of jobs.
Me too.
They don't understand.
It's just a demarcation of greatness.
But they gotta understand, like, when you a hustler, you getting that money. You doing this to do that, you do this to do that. Like, y'all, like, literally, when I went to Atlanta, I had no money. I just had $600 left on the Capital One card. That was it. And here we are years later. So when I tell you can literally go from nothing to something.
Yeah.
Like, and I just wrote down on my piece of paper, okay, I want to do this. I want to do that. I used to speak over my life. I want to be able to shop and not look at prices and live a certain way. And everything I spoke, it didn't come right away. But now that I think about it, I'm living it today.
It's full circle. And I'm the same way. I started with $125 on a laptop. And a lot of people think that they have a money issue, but it's really a mindset issue. Mm-hmm. And when you look at people that have gotten to when they're successful in a specific area in their life, it really has more to do with your behaviors, your thought, your speech, your attitude, and how consistent you are with little small things behind the scenes.
Yes.
That's really the sum of it. A lot of us are in our own way most of the time. We say, oh, I want it. Like, no, you want the reward of it, but you don't want the responsibility that comes with it. And so you got to be able to make the switch. You got to click clack in your mind so you can say, yeah, if this is what I want and this is what it requires, well, now I'm willing to take those steps. And so I try and make Accerlate an easy step for people to take. Right.
And I like that. And I like that you have it in, now that I think about it, last year it was in Arkansas, right?
No, we were in Houston last year. And then we were Arkansas the year before that.
Okay, so I spoke at the one in Arkansas. I couldn't make it last year, but then this year we're in Charlotte.
Yeah, we've been in Charlotte this year.
And for people who don't know, if you want to open up a business, Charlotte's a great place to be too. I'm just saying, Charlotte is like what Atlanta is supposed to be before reality TV went and messed it up for everybody. Yes. So I say that to say it's nice that you have it in Black communities, Black cities, because that's where we're at. We're in the South. We're in Houston. We're in Charlotte. If you had it in like, I don't know, Maui somewhere, right? Or who knows? Like it would just be difficult, or San Francisco or something. It's like, no, you're like, I'm coming home with my people. You're very down to earth, even though you don't have to be.
Yeah, but all that high siding people be doing is stupid. And I know stupid is a strong word, but this is the thing. Money comes and money goes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I pray to God that he always keep me where my money is up. But when you're in business, sometimes you're eating chicken and sometimes you're eating feathers, and you got to have a proper reinvestment schedule and a plan. And so I've definitely been through some lean times and like, going 8-9 months without taking a paycheck. So I don't have to lay off anybody on my team. But you got to be, you know what I'm saying? Making sure you have your proper reserves. And so some of the things we're not taught about, right, are those reinvestment schedules and keeping some form of humility, because your network is really your net worth. And I know it sounds cliche. They drill in our brain, go to school, you get your degrees, right? And then you go out and you get a job. How many people have you ever met? They got a second or a third job and they saved their way to $1 million.
It ain't never happened. You ain't gonna get you ain't gonna get there. Not working no job. No.
That's when I realized that it was a scam. The whole system, and that being personable and being true to yourself and understanding like, yeah, I'm blessed to have a large platform on social media. I'm blessed to have a business that's doing well. I'm blessed to have money. I'm blessed to be able to travel in the cars and all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, I also understand that I could be in a different disposition like that. So to get out here and try and act above as some of these people do when they get a couple of followers. Now, y'all don't do that. Don't get your followers and then get brand new in these streets, okay? Or because you get a couple of dollars, it's really silly, because you never know who you're going to have to connect with. You never know who has an opportunity for you. You know what I'm saying? You never know who's going to be your ram in the bush. And so it's really strange watching some of these people become, above. Because I get a little taste of success. So now I grew up in the country. I gotta stay level. I gotta stay where I'm at.
And I'm from, I don't know if you know where it's at, but like I'm from East St. Louis, but it's like I remember walking outside barefooted eating ramen noodles, like we're down to earth. And now I'm not nowhere near on Ashley's level yet. Like I don't want to try to get it twisted, but I'm on my way.
That's right. But this is the thing, I don't even think about level like in a monetary aspect, because I know there are men that are dusty, but they got a lot of money. And I would see a man who has greater character and is a good person, you know what I'm saying, is trying to be like a good father or a good boyfriend or a good spouse or a good son, or just a decent human being in life. To me, his level is above, you know what I'm saying, than the guy who may make millions of dollars a year, but he got 8 baby mamas, you know what I'm saying, and created all these single family homes, and he got a bad temperament, and he can't keep his hands off of women, you know what I'm saying, or he abusive and stuff. So, you know, whenever people, and I know it's just a phrase, but when people talk about like, oh, I'm not on your level, I mean, just because I got this some extra zeros in my account, I could be super low vibrational. You know what I'm saying? We see that all the time. Look at all
the devil does bless you as well, right?
Yes. See, people don't like to talk about that, Storm. They don't like to talk about that. The devil absolutely will bless his minions, his servants, and people that are doing his bidding. It doesn't always come from God, and I think people don't understand that. They don't realize it.
Real quick, because I know we're talking about Accerlate, but it's on my spirit to talk about it, because me and you are fans of, like, we've used this to manifest, but just real quick, can we tell the people that we are not evil because we got crystals in our water? Can we talk about it?
Oh, definitely not. This is the thing. People that think that they need to read their Bible, first of all, because there's several times where God gave specific instructions for crystals to be used. Also, God created everything and let us know that the healing is in the land. So the same way that like gold has an energy, platinum has an energy, right? Any type of precious metal, palladium has energy, right? Different stones are going to have energy. The same way herbs. If I grow my own herbs, so if I go outside right now and I get some sage or some rosemary and I pull some thyme, those herbs all have different energies and they have different medicinal purposes, and they're going to react differently in my body. It's the same thing if you are a person that works with crystals or does crystal healing. My crystals be sitting right on top of my Bible. Okay. I will go through the house reading Psalm 91 in sage in the spot, and turn around and throw some holy oil over the doors. And it's very interesting that people will paint. They'll try and paint manifestation as witchcraft, right? But it's really not. And I can give all kinds of scriptures, right? Maybe we'll come back on another time and talk about that. But I can roll down all the scriptures to where that's accurate. So y'all have to understand it's a lot to do with intentions. And just because you don't understand something doesn't mean you should be afraid of it. You got to go and you got to research it, and you can see what the Lord actually says about it. You got a lot of people, they don't want you to tap into things that can help you heal yourself or help you really, move in the power that God has already granted to you, because they want to keep you suppressed. That's the name of the game. If more of us knew who we really were and how powerful we were, they they wouldn't be able to control a lot of us.
They would not. They would not. And I ain't gonna lie, I even wanted to come out with my own manifestation kit. Not trying to copy you, I know you do it too. But like, then I was like, Lord, I already know I'm finna have to deal with 10,000 videos. Storm is a witch. He's a witch.
The warlock Storm.
They didn't already said, oh God. But I'm just like, you know what? Forget what people say. Like, people gonna talk no matter what. You know what they do though? This is what I noticed. This is what I got hip to, right? So like, let's say if it's a Dr. Linda candle, or if it's one of your crystal water bottles, they'll go, oh, that's evil. Email me. Hey, I'm emailing you incognito. God still sees you, but okay.
Right.
Where can I get that crystal bottle? It's pretty.
But look.
Or how do you use it? What do you say? I'm just curious. Wait, but you called it evil on the show.
Right. And it's like, and this is the thing, like, for instance, people don't even understand like how water is living, and you can pray over your water, speak to your water, and ask it to do things inside of your body. So like, I drink out of my manifestation mug, and I'm doing my prayers or whatever with it too. Nothing wrong with it. But here's the kicker, y'all. If you're a Christian, as far as like you're a believer in Jesus Christ, it's a whole ritual for you to be sipping the communion wine and believing that it's transforming into the blood of Jesus.
That's true.
And eating the bread and its representation of the body. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, that's a whole ritual. There are all kinds of, if you go through the book of Psalms, okay, just through the book of Psalms, it's all kinds all kinds of Bible magic up and through there. Okay. It's all kinds of, it is. So like again, it comes from people not really understanding and just operating off of what somebody, Big Mama told me this, so this is what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It said, love you, AFK. You've been doing this for years. Shout out to Sharon.
Thank you, Sharon. I love you back. I love you back.
Low key, a lot of our grandmothers was doing all kinds of hoodoo, like the Florida water in the mouthwash. I remember my grandmother said something like you got to swing a male child in and out the door a certain amount of I mean, she's from Mississippi though, but like
cinnamon in the doorway, spraying them on you to get rid of evil spirits. Some of them using an egg like to go over their body to take the negativity away, and what they would crack it and put it in the toilet. People out here doing bonding stuff, writing people's names and ice cubes and freezing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like stop playing.
all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, there is no way just because I say an affirmation before I drink this water out of this bottle that this is evil. I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. Oh my goodness. Let me. All righty, that was now. As you guys can see, it's lit with Ashley.
What's crazy, Storm, if you play that one and then if you play the next video, just even the progression of the events. And so I leave that one up there because when I first started this, it was like a 50-person event, and then it grew into thousands of people being there. And a lot of us, when we have a vision, especially if we're business owners or entrepreneurs, we feel like people look at where I am now, and you feel like you're supposed to come out the gate being right there, not understanding you got to give yourself time, and your business is allowed to grow. Your business is allowed to change. It's allowed to get better. So I want y'all to look at what the decor looked like in that older one. And then I think this is last year. I don't know. This may be last year, the year before, but y'all will see that there's a progression, right? The production has gotten bigger, the quality, the expense, the decor, the speakers, the bags, the band, everything, right? So y'all remember that in your business, like you have your vision, and it's a living thing. It gets better all the time.
Let's do it. Let's play it.
My experience so far here at Accerlate 180 has been amazing. I learned a lot already from just a few speakers I heard from before, and I definitely will be using Sam's card for sure.
Coming to Accerlate 180 was an absolute great investment. I would recommend it to anybody.
Busy running their mouth. I'm a real rich chick from the South.
I have learned so much about how to do my business differently, things that I need to incorporate, and I've also met a lot of business owners here as well.
Is you gonna catch it? Eat it up for
My biggest takeaway was how to build a marketing campaign from scratch. Literally like 8 steps on how to build out a perfect marketing campaign and have your product go crazy.
Accerlate 180 was amazing. All the speakers gave us so much information that we can carry and actually start working on today.
Accerlate 180 has been phenomenal.
Accerlate 180 was amazing.
in their mouth. I'm a real rich chick from the South.
The knowledge that I'm learning and what I'm catching on for my brand is more than what I've
as you guys see, the progression is real.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't even expect to see myself. I was like, oh, that's me.
Ta-da!
But seriously, like the progression is real. You start where you can and you go and grow from there.
Right.
Speaking of that, Dr. Linda just texted me. Don't you know energy is real? We just said her name and boom, she texted me. Crazy.
That is funny. It's amazing. But it's about operating in excellence, and operating in excellence means you do the best that you can with what you have. That's the important part. Oh man, that's a heck of an agenda, ain't it?
The show is, baby, we got day 1, presentations, lunch, panels, Howard Den. I love it. Love it.
Playing.
Workshops.
The workshops are crazy. Yeah, day 2 is our workshops. Any of you guys that are coming, please use the code STORM, okay, when you get there. But bring your laptop, bring your pens, bring your papers, okay, because we are not playing, okay? We're not playing with these workshops. And you can go back and forth between the different rooms to different workshops as well. So it's not like you got to go in one room and stay. So if you want to come and you want to learn on the real estate during that masterclass, you come there. If you're trying to figure out how to get government contracts, go over there. If you want to learn, how to get your bookkeeping put in order, roll over there. If you want to learn how to work with virtual assistants and international labor, go into that workshop, right? If you need to figure out an exit strategy because you work a 9 to 5 and you can't stand it and you're ready to get up out of there, go over into there. So it's a working day. And one thing I would want to encourage y'all to do. Now, listen, y'all, when I was young, I was stupid. Okay. And when I first started my business, I used to always tell myself I couldn't afford things. But the reality was I couldn't afford to not do it. Ooh. And what I mean by that is by me not being willing to invest in certain things educationally or certain tools, equipment, softwares, it was making me lose money. So once I switched my mindset from how much does it cost to how much is it going to make me, that's when my business really, really took off. And so I would go to these conferences and I would just go by myself. Well, this is the problem. We're all busy, right? Especially if you got a 9 to 5 and you run the business. So now people are asking, how can they help you? You don't have time to teach them what you learn. You really, even if you had time, you wouldn't do a good job of teaching it because you just learned it yourself. So you can't even really properly execute it, right? So now all of that information that you just got from that training or conference or session or whatever, it's just going to die with you in your brain. So one of the reasons we created like the $97 price point to come to this event to make it crazy affordable is because of that. I didn't want somebody to say, well, I can't afford to bring, my boyfriend or girlfriend that helps me in my business. I can't afford to bring my mom or dad or my kid that helps me. I can't afford to bring, my team members. You know what I'm saying? Like literally no excuses.
You sold out pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. But we got room with the essential. And I think we got like 3 or 4 executive seats left. I think it's 3 or 4 executive seats left, and the essential is there. So we gonna put as many people as the fire marshal will allow.
Okay.
So we can get there, but because for me it's about people getting the information. And I'm about to say something. It's gonna come off shady, y'all, but I promise I'm not trying to throw shots. Okay, it's just the timing of the event. So there are other events you will go to. You're not going to get workshops like this. You're not going to get access to the instructors all weekend like this. You're not going to get people to personally help you bridge what you're missing. And instead, it's going to be a bunch of panels and a bunch of hype. And there's nothing wrong with hype. I have somebody hype everybody up on Sunday service when the pastor comes in. Y'all, we do a full church service on Sunday, all spiritual development. And then the afternoon is all personal development. This year, we're focused on love and money. So everything's going to be dating, relationships, life after divorce, marriage, finding a good man, good woman, all of that stuff. But what happens is, right? What happens is we get there and you go to these events and they charge you thousands of dollars and your hype and then you go home and you don't know what to do. And so like there's another really popular one coming up right this weekend. The entry price is $300. If you want a guaranteed seat, you're going to pay $1,800 for that ticket. Then they move up all the way to a $25,000 ticket.
That's a big jump.
It goes like, it's like 18. I think there's an 8,000, a 13,000, and a 25,000. And this is the thing, their pricing is fair. That's typically what these types of educational events cost. I fund this out of my pocket and subsidize it to make it affordable for my community to be able to come.
Because she could be charging. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Right. Now look, next year I may not be doing it because I'm getting tired. next year we may be back to $5,000 to come into the event. But realistically, y'all, there's no reason to not do this, right?
I know who you're talking about. It just hit me. I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah. I mean, but you know what I'm saying? You're going to go, and people go to both. They'll go to theirs and they come to mine every year and they turn around and they say, you know, I learn more here with you than there. People will tell me you should have all of these people at your event instead of at the other event. But because I'm so focused on making sure that people get the actual information and they can apply it so they can, I love it when people come back the next year and they say, Ashley, I had my first $10,000 day. Ashley, you know, I made $200,000 because of what you taught me. Ashley, I changed my pricing model the way you told me at Accerlate, and I made more in 4 months than I made all year at my 9 to 5. Yeah, that's the goal. And so in order to do that, you know, we got to try and reach people where they are. And again, I'm not saying anybody else is wrong for using a different model, but just understand when y'all come here to Accerlate, we're going to have a good time, but this is not about hype. This is about execution, especially for those of us in the States. I don't know how many of y'all watch the international news, but the dollar is not about to be what's it. And things are changing drastically right before our eyes. If you're paying attention, you're going to have some type of ownership in something. Over the, you know, or if you don't have ownership, you got to be in partner, or you got to be working with someone who's going to look out for you.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, automation is here. You know, it was over in Asia first, of course. Even people who work certain jobs, your job is going to be gone. Like, things are changing, and I want y'all to be on the right side of history. I don't want you guys to be left behind. I'm gonna say this too. We gonna go there.
Let's do it.
You're more mature than me, and I don't mean age, because I actually don't know how old you are, and I'm not gonna ask. It's none of my business. But I mean, just dealing with people, you're more experienced than me. I feel that these are times now where, like, if you can heal that relationship, you need to heal it.
Yes.
Like, if you can apologize to your brother, sister, if y'all can have that talk, like, squash the beef. Like, I feel like, especially these next couple of years with future shutdowns, and we don't know politically what's going to happen, and it's becoming harder and harder to just be out here solo. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that means you need to go get married, but I'm saying if you got good people in your life and you can heal those relationships and mend them, I think you should do it.
Well, not only from like the financial aspect, we're going to need each other more and more when it comes to water, when it comes to food, when it comes to, right, like being a part of a community, like with help with like watching the kids, because people are not understanding when you're able to buy less with your money, right, that affects you on a day-to-day basis. And so a lot of us are not understanding that we actually need one another. I'm sorry, can I address something? You know, look, you know, I'm a TikToker, so we be all in the comments. Somebody just said that we shouldn't talk down on other entrepreneurs. I haven't spoken down on anyone. If your mindset takes me telling the truth is me speaking down on another, there you go. She can say, see, if you see that what I just said is me speaking down on another entrepreneur, you have a negative mindset and a negative disposition. And more likely, you're probably a person that caused a lot of mayhem and havoc because you take honest, genuine conversation and turn it into something negative. That's not going to serve you well in business. When we're in business, we want to build bridges and we want to build relationships. And the reality of the situation that no one talks about, someone has to like you somewhere, because if people don't like you, they're not going to work with you. And so it's really interesting to me right? That me saying I'm creating an affordable option, because the reality of the situation is $1,800 is not affordable for a lot of people. $8,000, $13,000, $25,000 is not affordable for a lot of people. I'm not talking down on anyone. A lot of your favorite entrepreneurs that y'all follow and y'all go to their events, I'm their coach. I'm the woman behind the curtain. People, I have programs that cost over $150,000 to be in my programs. So I'm not talking down on anyone. I have retreats that cost $5,000 and $10,000 to come to. I'm not talking down on anyone. That was literally a comparison to say that there's an affordable option out there for you. You don't have to be discouraged. And I'm in the place of providing an affordable option for people can't pay for that. And the reality of the situation is people do go to events. They get hyped up. They hear a lot of opinions. They hear a lot of stories. They get a lot of motivation. And then they go home and they don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. They don't know how to get a government contract. They don't know how to actually trade in the stocks. They don't know how to put their books together. They don't know how to build a cash community. They don't know how to build a funnel or run their social media. They don't know how to put together ads. They don't know the sales strategies and the tips. They don't know how to actually go and get your rental properties. They don't know the funding options. People leave my event with funding for their business anywhere from $10,000 to $500,000. That weekend, you leave with money for your business. Okay, so me being able to say this is an affordable option, and no, we're not doing a bunch of hype and fluff, we're coming to work, is not talking down on anyone. And for whatever reason in your brain that you conceptualize it as that, really speaks more to you. But that's something that I will hope that you can develop and that you can grow from, because again, like Storm was saying, we need each other. If y'all are paying attention to how quickly the dollar is devaluing. If y'all pay attention to what they're doing to our food, we need one another. And that type of attitude and disposition and twisting people's words to turn them into negative things so you can start some mess is not going to serve you.
I like that you checked that, because you were very positive with what you said. It was nothing negative. So,
I watch people do that on the internet all day long. They'll sit there and take like innocent conversation. And I watch them do it in regular life too. They'll take innocent conversation and go and run it back to somebody else. And now all of a sudden they've started all kinds of beefs and melees and this crazy chain of reactions because people weren't there to hear the context.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Sweet Yoni said, I'm in the stages of getting my Yoni products on Amazon. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations. That's exciting.
That is very exciting.
Keep selling direct to your consumer though, okay? Because Amazon gonna take that fee, baby.
Yes, they are.
Amazon gonna take that fee, girl. You be on Amazon, but you keep selling direct to your consumer too, so that you can keep the majority of your profits.
Yes. I work a 9 to 5 in between. What should I invest my time and money in to step out on my own?
Ooh, what do you
want to do though?
What are you interested in? That's the place to start. Because this is the thing, y'all. You can make money doing everything. When I say you can make money doing everything, you can make money doing everything. It's about developing your audience and building out a community of people that are interested in whatever it is. So it's not necessarily like you find a thing, just what is it that you like to do? And then you can cultivate a thing around that.
Absolutely. They should. Yeah. Sick of the negativity and mess. I agree.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's my last day of my full-time job, so I can focus more on my business.
Congratulations. Life of Rad. I'm just interested. Did you put together an exit strategy before you decided to leave your 9 to 5?
I want to know too, because Storm did not do that, and I went through it. So I just so Storm did not do that before I did, and I was homeless a couple of times. So I'm not speaking that over you, but it gets real. Because we don't realize we spend money every day, and you will go through your savings quick.
Yeah, so some of the things, y'all, I believe in a foundational fund, and if you can stack up for a year before you leave your 9 to 5, that's going to help you a lot. And it still may get a little tense during that time. And when you're looking at what you're spending on, I'm not talking about just doing surface level stuff. Okay. I'm talking about we need to like literally, what are you spending on coffee every day? What are you spending on your lunch? What are you spending on your groceries? What are you spending on like entertainment? Make sure you said kind of I still work part one of them. And my boyfriend here to help also. That's a blessing that y'all are working together.
That's
And
a blessing.
yeah, and nothing wrong with nothing wrong with being part time. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I worked as a substitute teacher for a while before my business was able to pay all of its bills on its own. There's nothing wrong with that. I worked my full time 9 to 5 for 3 years before I went out on my own. So when you start thinking about expenses, think about all the utilities, think about your mortgage, your health insurance, seeing if you can find another viable option for it. How much?
Look, I'm about to go get a job for some health insurance, and that is no shade. Look, it is real.
It is, and people don't think about how much do tires cost on your car, y'all. You're gonna need some new tires, okay? Like you gotta have a miscellaneous house, whatever your rent or your mortgage is, you should be taking 10% of that. I'm sorry, not 10%, 5% of that and stacking it up every month in a miscellaneous fund. So that way, whenever something pops off in the house, it doesn't stress you out to be able to have to compensate for it. And if you got good credit, then we get us a credit card, right? You put it on the card, then you pay it down. But that's another, I don't want to get off into that tirade, but having some type of plan to say, how much is it really costing me to live? This is the thing, you got to be realistic. You got to have something you can stick to. So if you know you may need to cut back on going out to eat, but maybe go out once a week to eat. Well, how much do you spend when you go out once a week? Oh, you spend $50. Okay, so that means you need $200 in your entertainment fund, or $300 if it's, you're hitting movies and stuff. So that way, when your foundational fund, once you tap into it, you're able to still maintain a decent quality of life. Not just I'm in the house, my rent is paid, but I can't afford to keep my phone on and I'm eating top ramen every day. That's not where we want to be at.
Exactly. The Cat's Den said, "What if you're an older female, 55? Can I start over?" Absolutely.
Always.
It ain't never over till you dead.
Never over till you dead. You can always start over. You can always reinvent yourself. When Tina Turner was like, technically, I don't like it when they say like past your prime, but I get what they mean as far as like the age. And Tina Turner rebuilt her whole life.
And we have to tell it too when we tell it. Tina Turner, in order to get away from Ike and get out of that divorce, she didn't even want nothing from him. She was technically a few $1 million in the hole. So yes, not broke, like technically bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
And built her life. And she actually used meditation and Buddhism to center herself. And I guess she was literally manifesting.
She did. Yeah. She manifested everything from love to the success to the money to the opportunities to feeling good about herself, getting past the rejection that she had to deal with, growing up with the type of mother that she grew up with. Yep. It is really astonishing to see. Y'all don't let these folks on the internet tell you that you to hit a wall and it's too late and get your cats and go in the corner. They love
to tell somebody they hit a wall, it's over for you. Meanwhile, they crying when they get demonetized. Boy, bye. Boy, bye.
Okay, I'm interested to see how many loyal followers FNF has. I'm very interested.
Yeah, because they were making, not to put their business out there, but it's technically kind of public. Mm-hmm. They were making probably between 100 to 300,000 a month.
Yeah,
a lot. They did have a lot of expenses. They had a team. They also had to constantly pay those. They were prostitutes, call it what it is. Pay their guests to come on and certain celebrities. That all those are business expenses, but still, when you go from making 100 to 300,000 a month to you starting over on a new platform, I would have been in tears too.
That's why you need that foundational fund.
look, forget that walking off. You gotta saw me. Oh Lord Jesus, no.
I mean, but we've seen it break a lot of these people. Like, look at what happened to young Pharaoh when they demonetized him across all those platforms.
Now, you want to know a crazy thing about him? He was actually never monetized.
What?
Yeah. So when he started YouTube, he didn't know he should have been getting paid for it.
He was never
He
monetized.
was never monetized on YouTube, but since he had such a big reach, so at his height, he was getting between 20 to 30,000 people live.
I know.
Right? And the only other people that did that, Tasha K did that at one point, but other than that, you had Joe Rogan and UFC. That was it.
That was it.
But he built his app. So literally, Young Pharaoh made millions just from the support of people.
Yeah.
But he didn't know he was supposed to be getting a bag on YouTube, is what he didn't know.
Yeah, because he should have been getting his YouTube bag and the community.
But what happened is when he started like really exposing stuff, and then when you actually sue YouTube, they're not gonna pay you when you sue them.
But I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, dang. I was like, this young brother on the road, and I was like, I hope he got stuff around. I knew
a lot of people didn't know they were supposed to be getting paid from their YouTube. But then a lot of people didn't want to be a part of the YouTube partner program because it censors you versus
it does. You don't have the freedom.
Yeah, so if you got a loyal fan base, they'll just Cash App you, and you don't.
See, he said he should have been working with me. I was like, all right, we're gonna build a private membership, and we're gonna go into an uncensored like every evening. You're gonna do the live show. You're gonna start putting a specific time on it. And
I'm actually going to interview him this weekend. And to me, if I'm being honest, it's a cautionary tale. Like even for me. You really got to watch who's around you. You got to watch who's around you. You got to watch
proximity.
Who you have a baby by.
Yes, Lord, because there was a lot. There was a lot going on in his inner circle that we could see, and it was dangerous for him.
It was dangerous because when he started, y'all, he was on probation. What is it when you release probation or parole?
Yes, probation.
He was on probation those first 3-4 years, so he couldn't leave the house. So it was nothing but just reading books. Working, making babies, but working nonetheless, right? Once he got his freedom and then really started letting people come in, it's
the worst. Because this is the thing that people don't talk about as far as being successful. And we'll have a good conversation about this Sunday at the event. There's a lot of people, they feel like you got it, I want it. And people are drawn to you, not because they really like you, not because they really care about you. It's because of what can I get from you? Mm-hmm. What can I get? That's really all it boils down to. And of course, they're going to tell you, I love you. I love you. I love you. I think you're amazing. I think you're amazing. You're incredible, rock star, super, But even the Bible tells you to beware the flattery of whores and not to believe them. You got this people that really love you, they're not going to agree with everything that you do when y'all are spending that much time together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're going to say like, hey, you moving funny. Hey, don't do that. But for some people, it's difficult because some people, you can't tell them nothing. Like I used to always hear old people say you can be too smart for your own good. And sometimes with highly intelligent people, they don't ever think they're wrong.
But this is the thing. At least you said something.
It's true.
This is the thing. I can't tell you what to do, right? That's like if you and I have a conversation, I say, hey, Storm, I really think it'd be a good look for you to look into what's going on with it. I'm gonna call it the M money because I don't want you two to be mad. I'm talking about the blue people, okay? And I say, I think you could do XYZ elemental P with it, right? I told you. Now, whether you decide to act on it or not is going to be up to you, right? Sure. And so, this is a cautionary tale, y'all. This is even if you're not rich, even if you're not popular. If there are people in your life and they never, ever have, say, well, maybe you need to think about that. Or did you think of it from this perspective? Or did you look at it this way or that way? If it's always, you got always 100% agree with each other on everything.
It's probably fake.
It's fake. It's fake. That's not a real person.
Well, they really just don't care about you.
Yeah, one or the other.
Because I figured out too, especially with women, you're married, so your husband will probably agree with me. If she fussing, she care. When women stop fussing, she don't care.
She don't care no more. She ain't indifferent. She don't care what you do. she don't care what you
do. You go die. She wouldn't care. Like, and you got some wives, they like, I'm just waiting on him to die. Literally.
Right. Like, I'm finna cash out my insurance policy. Like, shoot, I'm tired. I'm sick of him.
Yeah. It's a very, 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 very true thing. And I get talked about and dragged and bashed so much because, oh, you don't deal with people, oh, you don't go nowhere, oh, you or just all kinds of things. And people can think what they want, but you really have to be careful who you let in your space.
There's power in proximity. Not only about people being close enough to do dangerous things to you, like what happened to him, what happened to young Pharaoh, because I like I say, any of us with eyes could see what was happening from 20 miles away. But the energy that other people carry, and people don't really think about this the same way your cup will overflow with blessings and pour onto other people and rub off on them, your curses will rub off on you too. People that got a lot of mayhem and chaos and folly and foolishness falling around them, people that got a lot of spirit of rejection on them, or the spirit of poverty on them, because y'all people think, they don't think it's maybe it's real. A lot of y'all that got hold of some poverty P and some poverty D, and you ain't been right since, and you done messed up your whole life because you'd attach some other energies to you. And you need to go and get some cords cut. You
need to stay up on your cleansing and your spiritual back, because they think people and listen, y'all don't even want to put on no condom, and I'm not even gonna get on y'all about that. But y'all have to remember, you have sexually transmitted diseases, you have sexually transmitted demons.
Yes,
and it's real. And typically, them demons look good.
Mm-hmm.
And they know how to do certain things. That's why they demons, baby.
You can't be tempted by something you don't want.
I'll get emails, but Storm, he's such and such, and I had to even tell women, ma'am, I don't care if his stuff drag on the flow. Look what he doing to you.
Right, girl, wake up, snap out of it, snap out of it.
Look what didn't happen since he came into your life.
Put two and two together.
It'll get worse, because some people think, well, they came in my life and did nothing change. Baby, you either growing or you not. You're going out of the way.
That's it.
You only stagnant for so long, but then you're gonna start to regress.
Come on now.
My therapist had to teach me that, because I thought, I'm good. And you either growing, you progressing, or you regressing.
That's it. Stagnation is gonna be a little tiny period, and either we pushing forward or pushing back. That's it. And it's not a way around it. And people don't really think about that. So even for everybody in here that's in business, this is why it's really important for you sometimes to be a part of different like memberships or masterminds or groups, because you need to be around other people that are doing something that's positive, doing something that's productive. Like, have y'all ever looked at like people, like, you could take any sector, it could be business or it could be Hollywood, and all those people be like, yeah, 20 years ago we were all sleeping on each other's couch, or 20 years ago, we would share food at such and such a spot. It's not by coincidence that all of them hit a certain level of success or notoriety around the same time, and they're in their window. That's the energy, that's the proximity. So if you're around other people that are doing positive things, and they want to spend their conversation talking about what they're doing, how they can improve, how to recover maybe from mistakes they made, what's working for them. Maybe, I got this going on in my family, I really want to try and resolve it. Can I get some advice? Those sorts of types of things. That's what you want to be around. And you may not have the ability to be around it 24 hours a day, but you want to get in that type of energetic flow. You want to be around people that are aspirational. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean, that you aspire to be them, but maybe there's some traits or some accomplishments that they have, right, that they've been able to accomplish, and you would like to follow in some of those footsteps, because they can put you on. They can say, well, this is how I do it. Or sometimes you can just watch them and you can start to maneuver the way they're maneuvering. I always tell women, go ahead.
Literally that simple. It's literally that simple. I mean, everybody learns different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, a lot of times, and and it may be because I'm male, because I know women tend to be detail oriented by nature.
Yeah.
You're gonna give me the words for it. I think big, but it's hard for me to think small. I think in the macro, not the micro. Is that what I'm
Yes.
trying to?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So a lot of times I understand difficult concepts, but if you say, "Oh, Storm, you just need to like do X, Y, Z to pull it all together," that's where I need help. So you also have to understand where your weaknesses are.
Yes. Yes. And
I'm sorry. Yes, we all have weaknesses. I know y'all like to think y'all gods out here, but
they all think they're perfect. They're all Jesus reincarnated.
like, oh my God. But yeah, but you also have to know where you fall short. And I realized it about myself. Like, okay, because I've hired people and it oh Lord, it was a mess.
Ooh.
But I've learned. And it's expensive hiring people because you know what I figured out? They want that check every week.
Even if they ain't doing nothing.
Even if they ain't doing nothing.
Right. It maybe makes me angry. I'd be like, how dare you have the audacity to come in here trying to get a check from me for 40 hours and I watch you only work for 2 hours this week. The devil is a lie.
when I tell you, it got so bad with one. Homeboy was late to come film. You late. You the camera guy. You late.
Right. You messing up throwing off the whole day, the whole schedule.
But I think something did happen. He did a favor for frat brother, homeboy, whatever. Then I just let him keep talking. And he did that favor for free. I said, so wait a minute. So you late to something that's paying you for somebody that ain't paying.
Make it make sense.
And then I said, and this is what I'm gonna work on. Check myself. I said, why am I attracting bullshit? Like, what's on me? Oh my God. I feel like I keep attracting cheapness and cheap people. I don't know if I just need to step some up, if I need to start eating off gold. I don't know. Gold plates, I don't know. But it's just like I'm attracting the people that's like they mediocre and they almost there, but not really there.
Well, see, this is the thing though, is that one is being direct and what you want and what you expect and being firm in it. And this is the thing about tourist people. They think like that all of us are just hard butts, but we really softies. We really give people a lot of chances too often, right? We really take a lot of things into consideration. Well, it could have been this, it could have been that, and well, they're young and that. Nope, you got to get to a point in business where you literally got to say, these are the rules. Then have like your SOPs, right? So this is what needs to be done. This is what needs to be hit. And if it's not, you're not in protocol, right? And then there has to be some level of I don't want to, this word is going to sound severe. Let me think about a different word. There has to be some level of accountability. And if you're not performing properly, well, the result is this, right?
Oh, you don't want to say the word punishment.
Yeah, I don't want to say the word.
But you know what? But that's how people learn. Because I had to go back and I said, okay. I said when I was coming up, I used to watch these shows. I used to watch Diddy with his interns and Russell Simmons with his interns, and I'm like, I understand why they used to cuss people out now.
Mm-hmm.
I understand why Bethany Frankel is such a hard ass. I get it. Like I didn't get it, but when
Storm, it could be really simple. So when we used to have event setup days, I would get so mad because at the end of the night, all of the scissors and all of the candle lighters would be gone, right? So I started telling everybody, any pair of scissors is gone, any candle light is gone. I'm taking off everybody's pay. Guess what? All of the candle lighters and all of the scissors, people started being very mindful. They started making sure they're going back in the boxes, back in the containers, everything in order. We had to deal with no more lost scissors or candle lighters ever again. Because it was like, no, if this rule is not followed or if you can't comply in this way, here's the unfavorable result that you're going to get from it and following through. So if it's very clear, that will help. And then the other thing is you have a sector of people, they want the reward, but they don't want the responsibility. So whenever we're encountering that of you want the paycheck, right, which is the reward, but you don't want to do the work, which is required to show up on time, film, and edit. Well, thank you very much for your business. Goodbye. Thank you for your service. Toodaloo. Toodaloo. And sometimes one of the things I had to start doing is when I would bring people on, instead of just bringing them on full time, well, no, you're going to trial right now. We're going to see what happened over the next 60 days or over the next 90 days. I'm still going to pay you, but I'm not going to guarantee, I'm not going to lock in a year-long contract with you. I'm not going to turn you into a W-2 employee. You're not getting no insurance or no benefits. Right now, you're getting the pay, and let's see what happened. And so,
you know what? You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
It just seemed like at first they be so just they just so excited and so everything. And then I had to ask myself, okay, well, Storm, what kind of employee was you? Because we all on our toes in the first 90 days. And then I started coming in late. I went to Starbucks, and I've learned my Filipino assistant is awesome.
Yeah.
But I want to be able to, maybe
work with somebody here.
Maybe take on some up and coming Black content creators under my wing and build, and it could be a thing. But then it goes back to like they gotta want to work. Like I'm the type, I'll get up at 2 a.m. to do something, and everybody's not like that.
Right. But you got to also have an understanding that that's what makes you successful compared to majority of people. We're always going to be willing to do things other people don't want to do. And I'm not talking about something that lacks integrity or something illegal or anything.
No. Yeah.
But like you said, we'll get up at 2 a.m. We'll get up at 5 a.m. We'll stay up until 3. We'll re-record it even though we tired and our voice hurts. You know what I'm saying? We'll work on a new background. We'll learn a new system or a new camera. Like you're going to be willing to do those things. And there's a lot of other people, they want the reward. They don't want the responsibility. And so because of that, that's why they will always struggle to try and get to where they aspire to be.
Right.
But you also got to give grace and understand that some of the people that are coming to be a part of your team, they're never going to be as passionate about it as you.
That's true too.
It's your baby, not theirs. Now they here to cheer for the baby. They here to help the baby. They may change the diaper on the baby, but at the end of the day, it ain't they baby, right?
It ain't they baby. Simply Me said, waiting on you to start managing children's programming, Storm. I've been waiting. What you mean when I
she trying to take you back to your old life?
Yeah, like, what do you mean? Are you talking about like when I be giving advice to these celebrities? It be so simple to me what they need to do. I don't understand what they be missing.
Sense.
Like it's just like with Sheree Whitfield. Why are you trying to come out with an elegant or some this clothing line that makes no sense? Like I would have had Sheree with workout tapes, like all kinds of shakes, detox teas.
And if she was doing anything back in the day clothing related, it should have been athleisure.
Fitness.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it doesn't make sense. I don't understand why she doesn't endorse more beauty products. Like she's a beautiful woman, you know what I'm saying? And not just beautiful for 50, you know, she'll eat a lot of 20-year-old women up on their best day, you know, just from
man. I'm not sure how to transition into doing that. I want to do that, but I'm not sure how to transition into doing that.
I can help you with that.
But I talk about them. Here's the thing. I've dragged the people that I would have to probably manage.
And look, and they're going to come to you because they're going to be like, he going to keep it honest with me. He going to keep it funky. He keeping it a buck. That's what's going to happen with that.
She tried, but the price point was too. I could get her price point correct.
She gonna have to get a manufacturer though, Storm. You can't be out here getting the same clothes that they got on Temu.
Exactly.
You know you can't be doing that.
Or it's like Drew Sidora that has Drop It with Drew, but I'm like, wait a minute. You on social media? I don't see you doing morning workouts with us. I don't see you giving us nutrition tips. I'm like, what are you doing? You just pretty and you had a tummy tuck? That's not gonna sell.
Right, baby. You got it out here on the table. I don't care what nobody say. And I know y'all like, oh, I get the surgery and I gotta work out to maintain it. I understand it, but it's a different level of respect to watch somebody do the work to transition themselves.
If that's the case, I need to come out with a fitness summit. Y'all can watch me drop 40 pounds if y'all gonna give us some money, because I'm like, she ain't serious. Lachey T said you should do more lives advising how to move and act for teens and young adults. That's my old life. Is like, oh, can I really do that now? I clown on the internet for money, or maybe I'm being too hard on myself. I got hit up. They wanted me to talk to some kids, and I'm like, "Are you sure?" Because I clown on the internet.
You should go and talk to them though. You know, a lot of the youth, they aspire, like this is their ideal or their dream profession is to be a social media influencer or to be a YouTube star, have their own channels and programming. So yes, talk to them, talk to these babies.
Okay.
Talk to the kids. They will
Maybe
be
I'd be too hard on myself. I'd be like, I'm kind of trashy out here. You sure?
But you know how to act. You know how to act in front of the children.
I do. Checking in from Omaha, Nebraska. Shout out TM. I am Ghost and not Storm being a youth pastor. I look like a youth pastor. That's the crazy thing.
The youth pastor.
I look like a youth pastor. That's the crazy thing.
Oh my God.
It's so true though.
Oh geez.
Even like sometimes when I like dress up, I look in the mirror and I'm like, I look like I'm a father of 3. Like it's crazy. What did Jess Hilarious say when she roasted me? She said, I look like a high school principal. I fell out.
Means a figure of authority. You have authoritative energy.
I took it as I got an old looking face, but I was just like, I'll take it. Like it was funny. It was funny. Bro, if Sexy Red can perform at a school, you can. You know me and Sexy Red from the same city.
Boy, did she Love Jones? Ain't never lied though. She ain't never lied. She never lied. Look, I don't even want to get into her and Sukihana, their new song. I see myself like it's kids out here singing this right now.
You know my issue with Sukihana? Not so much Sexy Red because she just started. You know my issue with Sukihana?
What?
She doesn't have to do that anymore.
Nope.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I understand you do what you got to do to get on. You're on.
Yep, it's time to transition. Right, it's like how Lady Gaga came on the scene with all the crazy costumes, and stuff. But eventually,
you grow.
Yeah,
you grow. Like we all know you. We all know you did porn, and we don't care. We want to see the new you now. Like you need to be Destiny now.
Right. I thought she was transitioning into it. I guess she thought about it for a minute and changed her mind.
That money makes her go back, but I'm just like, the money's gonna be there. You just we waiting on you.
Because she has a lot of people that really, really, really are true fans. I was watching, I don't know what it was, I guess like a little compilation video, and this woman was literally crying, and she's like, you changed my life, you give me so much hope, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, girl, you're impacting a lot of people. You got true fans, and you got a lot of influence. Any woman that can get a bunch of women to get out here and sing about eating a man's behind, okay, and sing it proudly.
Yes,
sis, you got influence. You got a lot of it. So you also could influence them, she can influence them towards reading, businesses, taking care of themselves, any type of spiritual development. Because if you talk to her, you know she definitely believes in God. You know,
she's spiritual, and she was spiritual first before she did the rap thing.
Yeah. So whenever you think about that sort of type of thing, it's like, okay. It's like, all right, girl, like let's use your influence for something else, because the fact that she had grown women, even I think I seen her grandma in the crowd telling me she eating the man's behind. I was like, wow. she plays dumb, but she isn't. But I kind of play dumb too. I don't really show y'all how intelligent I am. Like, right. No, she's very intelligent. She's very intelligent, and she's hilarious. She's hilarious, and she's good at being able to win people over. I think that's probably her biggest gift and her biggest talent. I've watched people have a very negative disposition about her, but somehow whenever they get in her presence, they come out liking her, and that's a huge gift. Everybody can't do that.
I kind of have that too. I like it's when people meet me and they're in my presence, then I notice like it's like I made a new friend or something, but they didn't like me at first. So I don't know what that's called when you can do that. Charisma?
So, charisma, charm, and but I also think whenever you're an authentic person, that it has the ability to reach other people. And sometimes people have preconceived notions about you, and then they get around you and they're like, you're nice.
Yeah. Oh, you ain't that bad. Oh, I thought you was like, no.
Absolutely right. We're like, absolutely. We're like, we're good to go.
It's a magnetism. Yes, it is. Charm.
It is.
Okay. We went on a tangent there, but we talking real. We talking real with y'all.
We've been all over the place. We all around the world.
So let's do this because if I talk about other people, then I gotta be talked about too. So where do you see Storm in the next year or two?
In the next year or two? Oh, okay. So first of all, I do see you developing a larger base here with the Blue people. Just because they're actually acting right and they see the importance of being able to create some type of financial avenues for their creators. Also, there's a older base there that people haven't really tapped into when it comes to the type of entertainment that you do. I also see you continuing to elevate with more higher profile interviews and guests. I see you being able to pull in some pretty steady brand partnerships and deals on the other side, right? We like a good paid commercial. So having that in the system, I see you probably with 3 to 5 new team members coming in so they can organize some of the things for you in the back end when it comes into the editing, the production, being able to reach out and help with some of your bookings, recordings. And I also see you developing a membership outside of this, or maybe like a Discord or something like that for people that really are into more of the spiritual side that you have and like to have those deeper conversations. And even what's happening on the front end from the celebrity, being able to really break it down and say, this is what it really is. Because there's a lot of people on your channel that watch you. They like that. You know what I'm saying? They notice that about you. And I've even noticed whenever you put out that type of content, it's growing more and more and more, right? Initially, it was like one of the smaller view pieces of content, but now they're starting to develop and grow. So that's what's going to be able to give you the avenue. And inside of there too, you'll be able to help people if they want to follow your model of how you've been able to grow your YouTube channel, or like you're talking about talent management. That's probably where your pipeline of those people are going to come from, because they're looking at you more from a holistic standpoint instead of an entertainer. It's how it shakes out. You got people that follow you because they like to be entertained, but you have a lot of people that are following you because they like you as a person. True.
I like that. It says storm and shifting gears. Yeah. And just like anything else, when you shift gears, you got to step out on faith. Sometimes that check be dipping a little bit. You be like, oh Lord.
It's just temporary. It's just temporary.
You be want to run back.
I've been there before. It's just temporary.
I was like, "Who do I need to start a beef with somebody?" No, I ain't going back.
Not start a beef.
I'm going forward.
Let's go. We fighting. We windmilling in the YouTube streets.
Sometimes I be wanting to call somebody like, "Hey, you wanna do some love and hip hop stuff? Test me out."
We cyber thugging outside.
But I definitely feel myself growing, and it's certain things I get bored with, or I'd be like, this is stupid.
But this is the thing. You're always gonna have to. It's a transition, right? Because you can't just do a full switch, because people that came to you, what they came to you for, they're gonna feel forgotten and they're gonna feel discarded. And you never want to make that mistake, right? There's a way that you can transition and grow and bring in the new stuff, but also still pay homage to, hey, I know you guys are here rocking with me from the beginning, right? And so that's okay to do. You don't want to isolate your audience, because, and I'm gonna tell you this, these people not loyal out here in these streets. Okay, you change too much on too fast, boom, they go. They go. Yeah. I've watched people make that mistake and ruin their whole entire platforms. It's a process, and it's a slow process. People wanted to be like, I made the announcement this week, next week I'm fully activated into it. And I mean, it literally sometimes takes years. So it may be a 12 to 18 month plan to be able to fully execute on the transition so that your audience can come with you and you have the opportunity, right, to meet new people.
Yes. And there's nothing wrong with rebranding. Like, even if I look at who's really good at that, Kim Kardashian is really good at that.
She is.
Like, how did you get to the White House? Excuse me? Like,
she did that, didn't she?
Like, excuse me? You know, like, what?
Her
and you're back in your bra panties on your Instagram and you're at the White House? I'm like, anything is possible. Anything.
Right. Her and Kris Jenner, the magician, they make it all. Everything's happening. It's going down.
It's true. Natalie say, how much does it cost to start a bit? That depends. What kind of business?
Yeah, I'm saying it depends on what type of business you got going on. Because if you're doing a cash flow business, Natalie, it's really not going to cost you anything except for some audacity and the ability to be consistent. And a cash flow business is a business that leverages your mind. So, for instance, if you decided, let's say you got really interested in nail art or something like that, and you know everything about fingernails and polishes and techniques and designs, and then you start collecting all these other design clips for nails from all over the internet, from all over the world, shouting to people out. Before you know it, you know, people are asking you to come and talk about what you think about these nails or do reviews and stuff like that, right? So now you've leveraged something you're interested in your brain, and then we've tied it into a curation account, because now you're pulling all this really good content and you're going to credit who did it and where it came from. Well, now all of a sudden, if I'm a nail artist or I got a nail polish or a powder dip or a hand cream, well, guess what? Now you can charge me for ad space. And I say, I really want to be featured on your page, right? And so now you've been able to monetize something without having to have a lot of money to get started up in it. No money, actually, if you're doing that model. Some of y'all are going to want to be affiliate marketers. You already got a base. You already have an audience. You're going to find products that you really like and use on a regular basis. And then you're going to turn around and you're going to promote those, and you're going to get your kickbacks and your commissions. Some of you guys you already have an offer. You always have a product, but you may not have an extensive marketing budget, but maybe you got a good mouthpiece. You got a great network. And so now you're going to be able to do joint ventures, and you may say, hey, I want to do this project with you. I want to do this product with you. I got a course, I got a class, you know, I got something physical or whatever, and I will give you 25% of every sale, or I give you 30% of every sale, right? Because they're bringing the bodies and you're bringing the information, and y'all are going to co-host that together. There's so many ways that you can get out here and get paid. You don't have to have buku's money. Now, if you're selling physical products and you're not doing like a drop shipping type thing, yeah, you are going to need some money for like the inventory, the packaging, to be able to ship things. You're going to need money for your advertising. You're going to have to give up some of that product so people can try it, so you can get reviews and things of that nature. But it really depends on what type of business you're going into, what the costs are going to be.
Point blank. Let's see. I'm trying to build my press-on nails business. What advice can you give? What kind of what you just said?
Right. Come to Accerlate 180.
Yeah. Come to Accerlate 180. Everything she just said, rewind.
Go to Accerlate 180 and use the code STORM.
Well, speaking of Accerlate 180, right? They said, what should I wear? Well, some of the common questions. What should I wear? Comfortable in business, casual, cold. Let me tell y'all something. We had speakers, some people in suits, some people in t-shirt and jeans, some people in those track suits that Dr. Jake Taylor.
Yeah, Dr. Jake Taylor, BWO.
Where are those from? Those are smooth.
He gets them made. He gets them custom made.
I'm an ass.
Yeah.
I be kind of leery because I know some people don't like to.
He'll share. Jake is cool. Okay. Yeah, he'll share.
I said, man, that's smooth. But yeah, it's just about you being comfortable. It's not a judgmental environment. It's not bougie. Like, we got millionaires twerking. I hate to say that, but like having fun, you know, like when we party, you see the frat guys, sorority girls do their dances. Like, everybody is
Everybody is welcome. You gonna be welcome. You can come in your church gear, honey. You can look like a first lady in that thing. You can look like you can look like you casually going to run errands. Just dress dress appropriately. Now don't come in there in no little booty shorts or nothing like that. Now
No, it ain't that kind of.
we're gonna say you need to go somewhere else. Okay, you
Ain't
need to
that
go
kind of
somewhere else.
party.
We ain't gonna do that. Okay, we ain't gonna do that. Don't come in there with your areolas on display. We're gonna say, look here, baby. Look here, baby, put this jacket on. Okay, we may throw a little towel over your shoulders or something. But yeah, but
Not like it's church, but it's
but we in between.
but you know what's crazy? Like, keep in mind though, when you guys do come, like it's gonna be cold in there, so just it's summer, but bring a jacket.
Yeah, it's cold, so you can focus and bring your
truck. Yeah, we're not Zeus Network. Yes, ma'am, we're not Zeus Network.
Yeah, definitely no. There's definitely no Zeus Network outfits. Definitely, maybe to the pool party though. Maybe to the pool party. Yeah, maybe to the pool party. No G-strings or Speedos at the pool party either.
Yeah, no.
Well, we want you to have a good time, but put on your swim attire as if you out there with your uncles and your aunties. Okay.
There you go. Are you is it going to be virtual at all?
No virtual tickets. It's really hard to pull off virtual with this type of event because we're really, really heavily focused on workshops this year. And because we're so focused on workshops, if you're having a question with something or you're like, my screen doesn't look like that, and the instructor can actually come over and assist you, it's so challenging to try and do that in a virtual environment. Anybody that's there virtually is going to be left out. I'm just being honest. And I don't want to charge somebody money. I don't want to charge somebody money and then they feel like they're left out. So just in person this year.
Just in person. We need to meet up again. COVID got us stuck in the screen. Well, yeah. I forgot. I did my first meet and greet in Charlotte last year or year before last.
I think it was the year before last.
Yeah.
I think it was the year before last.
And speaking of starting stuff from scratch, y'all, I had never used Eventbrite before. I ended up using the lobby of the Airbnb I was staying in because the park, something happened with the original location. And you know how the apartment buildings have like that,
like the hospitality or the community. Yeah.
All this. Use that section. Came down there, ordered some pizza, and so then we had some. Look, do you know everybody was happy?
They're probably the best time ever.
Like they didn't leave until like 1 a.m. and I was like, I felt some kind of way because I'm like, dang, all I can get them is like Domino's pizza. And some they was happy. Some people they was like, "Oh, I got my weed. Is that cool?" I said, "I don't care." Like it was 420 friendly. Like we had a good time. We had a good time. But guess what? The next time I do it, it gets better and bigger. And that was small, right? I made that work with Domino's pizza.
But that's what you do, right? And this is the thing too. Any of y'all out there thinking about having an event? I'm sorry, June, you said it's going to be, we'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina this year. Charlotte, North Carolina, we'll be at the Doubletree Tavola. But y'all, you gotta, like, if you're going to have some type of event, just understand things are going to not go the way you want them to. And you got to think you got to be like water. Okay. You got to be like water. Water is strong when it needs to be. Water is soft when it needs to be. Water can get into cracks and crevices. Okay. You understand? Yeah. You got to be able to go with the flow. You got to be like water sometimes. And that way you won't stress yourself out. And you may have to think on the fly and say, well, XYZ happened. So what else can I do?
And that's literally what you do. And then I had my good friend Jake with me. He sells candles. So he was able to set up shop. And you get creative.
Absolutely.
And if you're going to be a business owner, you better learn how to be creative.
Baby, okay? If you're going to make it.
I'm just
saying. You better learn.
I have AI technology for nails. Need advice for getting in a high traffic area like Disney. Like getting to Disney to pitch. You need to get where their headquarters are.
Mm-hmm. and I would research like some of the nail wearers that they or people that be interested in the nails in the marketing departments and the PR departments and stuff like that. And I would be sending them little love packages with my stuff.
Yep.
Or you can get your agent, and then the agent will go out and they'll make stuff happen for you. They'll get you the gigs. They'll charge you like 20% of what you're bringing in, but they'll get you the gigs.
Be flexible. Yes, very flexible. Very flexible. Let's see, run through any other questions. What's the weather in Charlotte like? Hot and humid.
Hot. Hot.
Ooh, look. Ooh, looks elegant, beautiful.
It is. It's newly renovated, and we're gonna have fun. And we'll have karaoke too. Saturday night, we'll do poolside karaoke.
I can't sing, as I'm tone deaf. Oh
that's the best people to karaoke with. Nobody want to karaoke with people that got real vocal ability.
Oh my goodness.
we want to karaoke with struggle voices.
I did karaoke. I think this past summer at my last summer, maybe Christmas. My friend's family reunion, whatever, and they had me singing Jodeci. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Yeah, we karaoke with struggle voices. That's fun. And we're gonna hype you up because everybody gonna sound bad. Now you probably get one or two legit singers in there. And we'll be like, woo, but we don't want to do American Idol. Okay. We all want to feel like American Idol.
Also, people, when you come, yes, there will be a bar. Do not embarrass yourself.
Yes, there will be a bar.
Control your liquor.
And you need to be 21 or older to come to the poolside karaoke party. Now, the rest of the event, Sunday service, breakfast, lunches, is day one presentations, the workshops, all age groups are welcome. But if I do things with alcohol, yes, we will ID. Just because you don't want someone to, maybe have one or too many shots when it's, because it's time for everything. We're going to work hard. We're going to play hard too. And I don't want anybody to accidentally, be talking to someone underage or anything like that. We ain't got time for that. So yes, all of my white parties, all of my pool parties, all those things are always 21 and up. We want to make sure everybody, we don't want somebody accidentally, serving a 17-year-old a martini. We don't want none of that going on. So we don't want none of that going on. So 21 and older to be able to come to the karaoke on the pool and have a good time.
And you know what's crazy? Like, I even to tell a little bit of my business. I guess I kind of met somebody the first time I came to your event, Ashley.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh my God. I think that girl was from Mississippi. I think.
I remember that.
That was a mess. So you never know who you're gonna meet.
Right. Yes. Okay. Look, we do have a couple Accerlate couples now. They came to the conference, met their partners, they got married, popped out babies, and all of that.
Oh my God.
We sure do. But yes, we have a little vittles. We have a little sips while we down there.
Yeah,
and it's great. Special. Yes, and and side note, when you come to the party, it's not a cash bar, okay? Because I think that's very tacky. We don't do that. I know people feel different about that. I don't do that. I don't like that because I'm Southern. And if a Southern woman, she don't do nothing else. She gonna make sure that you're gonna eat good. She gonna make sure you're gonna drink good. Okay, so it's against my DNA. All right. And that's one of the reasons we keep everything on site at the property. So you have your little adult libations, sing your little karaoke songs. We got some fun games we're gonna play too down there, and then you just go on the elevator and go back upstairs. We'll have all kinds of cards. We got Connect Four, Jenga. It's a lot of fun. We got
it's fun, guys. It's
a lot of fun.
Now, don't laugh at me. Well, I'm the Uno King. I kill him.
Not the Uno King.
I'm the Uno King.
Is that a challenge, Storm? Are you challenging me? Is that what's happening right now? Is that a challenge?
I don't have to spank you. I'm just saying.
Is that a challenge?
When they come to Uno, I'm just saying. But people always laugh at me because I tell them, like, I don't have my black card no more. I don't know how to play spades. And I don't know how to play dominoes, and I'm too old to learn. Y'all be yelling at each other. I'm good.
Never too old. Now, little spades do get serious now. Because don't you be over here setting me because you underbidding your hand. Okay, don't be over here underbidding hands and
I don't know what that means. I don't even know what that's so bad. That's so bad.
We're gonna try and teach you. I believe in you.
Oh my goodness. How often do these conferences so I can save once a year? But hey, you need to come this year because there's no guarantee she'll do it next year.
Right, because we did, and during the vid, we couldn't do it either. That was the first year we went all virtual during the vid. It was
I know we're gonna shut down again, right?
Right. I would say they already shut down in Japan and China already. So
and I have a source. Now I'm sounding like Tasha K. I have a source at the World Health Organization. No, seriously, I do. Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, it is.
So, I think we're gonna get in this stuff in September, probably October, November.
Yep, everybody gonna be back in the house. Looking at us on YouTube.
Buy my manifestation kit so y'all can be ready for when we open back up to live your perfect life.
Right. Boom. Just like that.
All I know is go. I don't even know what Go Fish
I've
is.
never played Go Fish in my life. I've never played Go Fish. I've heard about Go Fish. I've never played it. I was trying to find. Do you remember that? Did you ever play a game where you look called Operation and it was like a little body with the tweezers? Yeah. I was trying to see if I could find like a big one for the party, but I couldn't find a big Operation. I was disappointed. I was looking.
I feel like I've seen it before though.
I felt like I saw a giant Operation too. I could not find it. So I was just like, boo. That's about the only thing that I wanted that I couldn't find is the giant Operation.
Oh, they said I'm not really, but okay, this is what I gotta understand. I guess I'm a cautionary tale. I'm what you call one of those whitewashed blacks, and so I don't hide from it anymore. I represent my whitewashed blacks, and if you send your black kids to white schools, this is what happens. So
you watch Friends?
I did every episode.
It's okay. I like Friends too.
Friends, Seinfeld, Cheers, Laguna Beach, like
The Nanny.
The Nanny, yes.
I used to watch The Nanny, and I love me. What was the little show? Back in the day on MTV, they used to have Real World Road Rules. They had like a challenge show.
Yeah, so you had the Real World, then you had the Real World Challenges, which still comes on now. Room Raiders, yes,
it's okay.
I even watched One Tree Hill, which is like
no, I definitely wasn't watching One Tree. I know, or Buffy. I don't watch any of that stuff.
Buffy, I love Buffy. Yep.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think. I used to like Clarissa Explains It All though.
Did you watch Lizzie McGuire? I watched Lizzie McGuire.
No, because I think I was always out and about because my mama kept us busy. So I was like softball, volleyball, dance team. Then I was on like African American. Then she like go to church. Like she kept us very, very busy. She kept us real busy.
I ain't gonna lie. If I have a kid, don't try to get excited. Ain't nobody pregnant. If I have a kid, I'm gonna have. They
won't Love Jones to be pregnant. I was watching in the comments, baby. They said they want you and Love Jones to get married and have children right now.
I'm putting Love Jones on a tour. She ain't got time for no baby because she need to be on tour.
Okay, Ike.
Everybody say that when I say that. Yes, I did watch Dawson's Creek as well. But yeah, I tell her all the time, you ain't got time to be pregnant in the studio singing. Like this ain't Mary. You got time for that?
Yeah, it is. She gonna put the baby in the little swaddle thing. She throw the baby in there. She gonna wrap that baby up in that little scarf.
I need her like dancing on stage. We can't do that with no baby. They said, and you don't want no baby by me, Love Jones. Anyway, I got issues. You don't want no baby by me. Thank you for that. Black is not a one-way street. I appreciate that.
That's right. We're not a monolith.
I appreciate that.
Q Soul watched Lizzie. That's why Q Soul defending you.
You know what's so bad? I actually had a skateboard.
I we had a lot of black boys around here that skateboarded.
Really?
Yes. There's one when I go to on my walk sometimes. He be down there skateboarding with his little music doing his thing on the long trail. He said,
so have I just been around negative people? Because all the black, I don't know how we got on this, but I guess this is my therapy. Have I just been around the wrong type of black people? Because all the black people have been like negative towards anything I like. You know what I'm saying?
I think
That's
so.
whitewashed.
I think so. Because this is the thing. And this kind of does roll back into manifestation. Remember, we're talking about proximity. So there's a sector of people, they are quick to try and put you in a place. And what I mean by this, they'll say, well, why are you going over there? You know what I'm saying? Why are you doing that? That's that white people stuff. That's that white people music. That's some white people shows. Well, no, this is a people person, a people place, a people show. And if I like it, if I want to enjoy it, if I want to experience it, I should go and do it. Oh, you over there on the white side of town. Oh, you over there in the restaurant with the white people. You know, that sort of type of thing. And they'll try and chastise you or almost make you feel bad about wanting to explore something outside of your environment. Right. And that's the trick. You got to be willing to live and do what you enjoy and have these new experiences so you can see yourself in a different space and in a different way. That's the trick. Because if you never do, well, now you get stuck, right? And now you can only visualize yourself in a certain environment and having a certain outcome in life.
I like that. I'm gonna say that speech when somebody try me again. They say yes, Storm, the wrong people. Yeah, I agree.
Hey, but that's okay. You're around the right people, man.
Amen. But I mean, some black people, they like to skateboard, damn it. They said, meanwhile, white people saying that, but white people be everywhere. That is so true.
Okay, everybody business. They want to appropriate all the cultures.
So to finish up, Ashley, where can they find you?
Oh, I'm at King Ashley Ann. I finally started YouTubing again. Now I will say I'm on the live side. I'm gonna wait to have to accelerate so we can roll out more pre-recorded content.
Okay.
But I'm at King Ashley Ann here on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Instagram. Of course, you guys can come to Accelerate 180 and find me and Storm in these streets. For any of you guys that are registering, please use the code Storm. That's my hubby and my poppy. He's so cute.
You guys also got to know that she put this wedding together in 3 days. I like to give her props because I would have sent an email to everybody saying it's canceled, go home. And she did not. Literally nothing can get this woman down. Nothing.
You got to keep going in life because when you get down and you stop, that's when it's over for you. You know what I'm saying?
Like you're indestructible. Like I literally saw you in the hospital bed with a laptop. Like
you got to keep going because this is the thing. The stuff that happens to us in life and all of us go through, you know what I'm saying? It's temporary though. It's not forever. So you can't make lifelong decisions based off of your temporary emotions or a temporary situation. And what happens is people get stuck in temporary situations and then they're making these decisions that are going to have these long lasting implications. You got to keep your eye on the vision, on the prize and say, is this going to help me get to where I want to go or is it going to hinder me? And if you can if everybody can start to ask themselves that question on a regular basis, it'll change the way you move about a lot of stuff because you'll understand this is not my forever. This is just my right now. And I'll wake up tomorrow and life will be totally different. So you think about
I remember we went to Accelerate. She was in the little scooter chair.
I was in the little scooter chair. Yeah, because I had just had my operation. I sure was. I was on a little scooter.
And when I said, listen, I'm telling y'all, there's no. Some of y'all be, oh, my boyfriend said something I didn't like today. Like, not to go there, but Ashley has dealt with a lot, overcame a lot, and let nothing stop her. Had a ninja saying she wasn't gonna be nothing, and it wasn't possible. And where he at now,
baby? Whole bum in these streets.
In the gutter.
He's in the lake of regret.
I don't want to hear no excuses from nobody. That's why this woman almost died and still popped back up and really live her purpose.
It's a blessing. I would say that it is a blessing. And I'm very thankful and grateful to God that He gave me the disposition that I have at a young age, so that I can wake up every day and feel good. You know, a lot of people wake up every day and they don't feel good. Some people don't like themselves. Some people don't like their lives. Some people don't like their situations. So I'm always grateful that I wake up every day, no matter what's going on in my life, and I can find some type of bright spot or something to look forward to.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. You own yourself. And it's just like, damn. Sometimes I be thinking, like, I talk to you, I be like, was she a man in a past life? Like sometimes
I may have been, because I have had people that are like oracles and readers and stuff. Sometimes they like read me as a male energy, even though I'm a woman. So I may have been.
That's interesting.
I might have a dog in me.
Seriously. Because like when I tell people, like if I was to ever get with somebody, I would love somebody that is a hard worker that, like, okay, let me put it this way. I've never heard you complain.
I complain sometimes. I try not to often though. Or if I do, I try and figure out what can I do about it. You know,
you're solution based. Okay.
Yeah, but our parents raised us like that, because my sister is like similar, and people are like, oh, you should take a break, and we're like, what's that gonna do? We're like, the problem's still gonna be here. Like, no, we would rather work on it. So it is, y'all, is really just being focused on, I can do anything for a few minutes. You know, if something's really hard, really arduous, I just tell myself, it's just take another step. Just go a few minutes longer. You can do anything for a few minutes. You can take another step, even if I got to roll myself there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, but because what happens, I think people get discouraged because they're looking too far down the road.
Yes.
You know, you're on page number 1 right now. Stop worrying about what happens on page 1000. You just need to worry about getting to the end of page number 1. And so if we can take consistent little steps, before you know it, you're going to be at page 1000, you know? And when you look at that overall long goal, it starts to become very discouraging when you're not hitting different benchmarks all the time. But if we take it and chop them down into little short goals, well, now you're encouraged and your confidence is being built because you're hitting an accomplishment on a frequent basis. So as I said, a lot of stuff is just a little mindset switch for people, and then they really can be all that they can be.
Absolutely. I see her mood changing the whole room. I'm sure she's ready to, oh, she is.
Thank you, Oso. Thank you.
She is. When they make that movie about you, Ashley, just let me do the narration.
You know, you sound like Jay. All my clients, all y'all swear, you're like, it's gonna be a movie about you. And I'm like, okay, I'm like, let's do it.
You guys can follow her at King Ashley Ann, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. I got a King Ashley. I got about 200,000 followers over there on Facebook too.
Everywhere.
I post now. Look, if y'all want some petty stuff, you follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Instagram is a little bit, but TikTok, I just really be wilding out in the TikTok streets. Okay.
Oh my God, who you call ugly and lonely?
Well, she called me Fat First Storm. So.
I ain't mad at it. Drag her. You know I love it. Speaking of TikTok, you know who I want to come over next? That is her name, Achira?
Yeah.
I had never heard of her, and everybody kept saying sprinkle, and I didn't know where it came from. And then I was just like, who is this? And they're like, oh, we love her. And she's hilarious.
So she literally is here on YouTube and people just love her so much. They started reposting her content and putting it on TikTok. She actually, from what I understand, I don't think that she actually has a TikTok page. It's just so many people love her so much. They started creating the accounts and reposting the clips.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but she's been a YouTuber for a long time.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring her on the show. I like
Yeah.
her. Yeah.
She is hilarious. And you know, one thing I gotta give her credit for too. She lives the advice that she gives to women.
Mm.
You know, some people will tell you to do one thing, but they go do another.
Yeah.
No. She walking what she talking. She is out here, the things that she's telling the girls to do, she's doing them herself. And that's very rare that you'll find somebody that, you know, whatever they're actually preaching and teaching, you know, and living the same thing.
That's true. You don't want to be like Halle Berry. Yeah, your exes are beautiful, but you paying them. Got the thing backwards.
Man, I feel for women like her sometimes. Well, not just women, there are men like her too. You know, on the front end, they have all the material success. You know what I'm saying? They have all the beauty, or they're like extremely handsome. They're adored by a lot, but it's kind of like the one thing that they've desired as far as like their person or their family, it keeps eluding them. Yeah.
Yeah. Kenya Moore's like that too.
Yeah, she is. I feel like it's gonna shift for her though, because I feel like when I see her in interviews that she is really doing a lot of self-reflecting and a lot of work and getting past the rejection issues that her mom put on her. Yeah. And you know something that agitates me that nobody ever talks about with Kenya Moore? All of the other adults in her life that failed her because they enabled her mama to be on that BS. Nobody like there's a lot of adults when she was a child that failed that woman, and they would sit there and allow her mom to that's a form of emotional abuse, you know. And I would say this: I don't know if her mom maybe had a mental illness or something was wrong, but there were so many adults that should have protected her as a child, and they would. And even I remember this was like years ago. And she had went to see her, you know, and even then the other adults, they were enabling her mom to act the way that she acts. And that right there, that bothers me. Bothers me.
Yeah, because it's like, come on now, like it's like you protecting the adult, but you ain't protecting the child. And you know what's crazy? I bet she looked just like her.
Yeah, Kenya Moore is gorgeous. She looks like a effing Barbie doll. She's beautiful. She's stunning.
You know, but it'd be something about parents like the child that look like them they don't want. It's weird, but that's a self thing. So
yeah, I wonder if sometimes when they see the child that looks like them, maybe it makes because it's like a direct mirror to you, and it's like, oh, I could have been great, and I wasted my talent, my beauty, and my time. But here's somebody that looks like me, that has the capabilities of me, that's a part of me, and they actually were resourceful with their resources, and they didn't mismanage them. Maybe that's what it is.
That's true.
Yeah, but when I look at Kenya Moore, just kind of seeing her development, even in the public, I feel like we're watching her heal in front of all of us, and I feel like she's working actively to do it because she has a daughter of her own, and I feel like she's so determined to make sure that her daughter always feels loved and wanted by her, you know, to break that generational cycle. It is really cool to see. So I think Kenya Moore, I think one day, I think she's gonna get a husband and he gonna stick and stay with her and they're gonna be happy together. And it was an interview and she was saying she wanted another child. I think she may end up having another child, maybe 2 or 3. You know, maybe she'll have another one. Maybe God will bless her with like a widow or something that has a couple. Maybe a whole Brady bunch together. But I don't know. I see more of like a light in her compared to when she first was introduced. You know, well, I'm not gonna say first. I'll say her reintroduction.
Right.
And she was that girl for a while. Her reintroduction. So when she was introduced on the Housewives, they really brought her in like a villain. Yes. But the more you know watched her and you saw other things unfold, you could see, you know what I'm saying, like that she really has a heart.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
There's a couple other folks now on there. I'd be like, Now look, let me ask you a petty question since we're talking about housewives. Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody was trying to go in on Portia and was like she stole that woman's husband. Okay. But I don't feel like Portia stole the husband. I feel like Portia, she the cleanup woman. Okay. Yeah. Because ain't nobody went in on old Fallon out there, especially like once they, she's on her tour, but once that baby bump started showing, honey, she shrunk into the hedges like Homer Simpson. But I
call her Fallon a failure. Because you're that beautiful, and you fumble a rich man for a broke dude.
For a man that had nothing.
And a young boy at that, he 23.
Right.
He ain't no man yet.
And he out here crying on the internet.
She had me paying all the bill, and what did he say? She groomed me.
She groomed me. I was like, sir, do you mean she manipulated you? And basically he was pretty much letting everybody know that that she cheated on him, that she went to somebody else. I was like, bro, I had no sympathy for you, because from what I understand, Simon was very good as far as taking care of him, as well. And I'm like, bro, ain't nobody got no sympathy for you. You
don't leave a Simon for Jalen. That's hustling benefits.
Jalen shouldn't have left for Simon for a Phelan.
It's just like I don't know. People be. I don't know where people mind at.
I've never met Simon, but from what I understand from people that know him, they say he's very generous, and he's the type of guy, he's going to take care of all the friends, all the family. If you're around, you know what I mean? He wants you to participate. He's going to incorporate you. I've heard that from several people about him. So Jalen was wilding out too. I was like, girl, get away from me, because ain't no other man.
I'm gonna keep this friendship
like this, right?
I'm gonna keep this friendship. Now, I don't know if you remember, but I talked to his first wife and his baby mama, Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he reported my video a couple years ago. I told him he'd do it again. I'm calling immigration. Shout out to Simon. No shit. But it's true though, like, I just feel like as a woman, especially if you don't want to work, like,
yeah, she messed up.
You messed up.
She messed up. Got to go down as one of the dumbest moves in history. And I don't blame Portia. Girl, clean up, okay? Clean up.
You don't want him. She done got Simon, got him some new teeth, got him in the gym, fixed up his wardrobe.
Got his skin glowing and carrying on. He out here dressing younger, looking good, making Instagrams every other day.
You say no pose?
Yes. But Portia said, come on.
come on, baby.
Yeah, come on, baby. Come on.
It was the same thing with Dennis. Dennis wasn't cute, but Dennis got money, so she understand. Y'all ladies better wake up.
Okay. Portia's not here. Portia's not playing. Portia's not playing. Let me tell you this. It's biblical that you're supposed to be with a man with money.
Oh, can you tell them again, please?
It's biblical, baby. Go to the book of Peter, okay? No, I think it's Timothy. I think it's in Timothy where it talks about that basically God looks at a man who doesn't take care of his family worse than an unbeliever. Ladies, don't y'all let these little Hotep brothers and these men out here with these scriptures be out here manipulating y'all. Okay,
but they don't tell you that scripture though.
Right,
they're actually supposed to be able to take care of you. Like, it's just like all these poly couples popping up. I call them roommates, but they poly because it's like 5 of them in a 2-bedroom apartment, and all the women work.
The polygamists with no provision.
Oh, they said Keke Palmer needed to hear. How would you advise Keke Palmer?
Oh gosh. Okay. There's the thing with Keke. I would advise her to get to a point where she could be respectable with the father of her child, at least in public. Like, y'all both embarrass each other publicly. All right, enough is enough. Like, enough is enough. Let's stop that, because you still got a child that you got to raise, and you may not need Darius, but Darius's child, needs him. I would also advise her in the future, if she's going to consort with someone who has significantly less than her financially, that she needs to make sure she get that paperwork tied up, because I wouldn't have gave that man no baby. That's just me personally. I'm not gonna give a man a baby and you don't want to marry me. And if I don't think you're good enough to be married to, then I definitely don't think you're good enough to be the father of my child. And I know that sounds really harsh, but I don't understand this wave of girls in their late 20s to early 30s, like, I guess now I say mid 20s up to 40s. I don't understand. The thing is, I want to give somebody a baby.
They just be wanting a baby.
You
better off going to the sperm bank if that's the case.
But like, I don't get it. And then like, you're allowing yourself to be in a position where now you got to pay. You could possibly have to pay alimony or child support to him. Yep. You know what I'm saying? That's the part I don't understand. And they'll say things like, "Oh, I'm not sure if we should be married." Well, then don't have a baby.
Don't have his baby.
Don't have his baby. A baby is the greatest gift that you can give to a man. And I don't think that a lot of women are viewing us birthing a man's child as a gift. It's a gift. I'm not going to be out here just giving everybody babies. I'm not doing that.
Well, she just wanted a light-skinned baby. Can we keep it real? I'm going to keep it real. He got the right skin, the right hair, and the right eyes. And that's all she said.
She said, your genetics and my genetics together, the baby going to be gorgeous. We win.
And she went for it. So I just checked this out, Ashley, for myself. When you try to go to the Accerlate, it is kicking you out on the main page.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me text somebody. It may be a timer or it could be sold out. Let me go. When you go to the website, it's kicking you out, or is it when you're trying to register?
When you actually try to register. So when you click the availability.
Yeah.
And go to to fill in your info. Now, executive is still open.
That's what I said. It may be the ticket is sold out. Now, hold on. I'm gonna text and see if they can open up some more. Which type of ticket are you trying to get?
It's that $97 one, the essential.
The essential. Okay, hold on. I'm finna ask. Can they put some more in the back?
Now, speaking of the speakers that's coming to Accerlate, while you do that, let me tell you somebody, I ain't jealous of them, but I definitely, Tay Sweat.
Yeah.
He live in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
His background looks like a Zoom background. Like, I was like, is he on Zoom? I was like, no, that's his background.
That's his background. Tay is great. Tay is one of my favorite clients because Tay will tell anybody how he worked with a lot of other coaches before he got to me. They'll tell people, he shares with people all the time, like constantly, how I was able to help him, assist him and get into his first $1 million year, month, week, all of that. The first year Tay and I worked together, Tay cleared, I think like 3.4 million or something. So we went from doing $10,000 to $20,000 a month to almost $3.5 million year. And then second year, he came in at 11 million. So yeah. So that's probably, I'm grateful for people like you and like Tay, that y'all don't keep me a secret, that y'all tell other people, No, it is, because it's a lot of people, they work with me, but they want people to think that, is their idea or their content or whatever it is. And they won't say,
this person to help me, man.
They won't say I work with King Ashley Ann and that's what helped me get here and there. So I'm always very grateful to you guys that will tell people like, no, if you need help with this department, go and see her. And y'all will tell people and send people over my way. So I'll always be grateful to y'all for that. And then some people come in and they work with me because they want to steal my stilo. I'll be like, okay, it's another great value, Ashley Ann out there. That's fine.
They can't feel like you.
Yeah, they'll come in and they'll do it. Okay.
Because listen, y'all, push come to because to keep it real, if I could just really focus on everything Ashley has taught me all day and not do content, I would, man, please.
That's how we're going to get you those other people on your team, though, so that way you can film and then somebody else, and they're going to put your content up on time. They'll be able to chop it down. They're going to learn how they need to title it. They're going to be able to do the thumbnail graphics. And
because this shut down, I'm going up under you. I don't know if you know. I'm be right in the garage with laptop.
I was like, let's go. We in here in the lab. We cooking. Your husband
gonna be like, who is this man in the garage? Don't worry about it. I'll be out in the morning.
Corey gonna be like, what's up, bro? He gonna be like, you want he gonna be like, you want some bacon and eggs?
Don't feed me. I want to stay hungry. Seriously, though. I mean, in all seriousness. Oh my goodness. Well, I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
You're of course, anytime. Very busy schedule. Cannot wait to see you guys on. Well, I'll be there the day before.
Yes. Are you coming? So you coming in on the 31st?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes. Super duper excited to see you as always. We ain't seen each other in a few months. So yes, super excited to see you as always. For everybody that wants to come, y'all, I did email my operations. And so I think y'all probably give us maybe like 15 minutes. Okay. If you're trying to get an essential ticket, I'm asking them to add some to the back. I'm sorry about that. I wasn't aware. I should have tested it before I should have went and checked the sales before I popped on here.
But they was buying while we were live. They might have sold out on this live.
Yeah, I'm so yeah. Okay, y'all. So give me a few minutes. We're gonna add some more in there so y'all can grab a seat. I can't wait to see any of you guys that are coming on the 1st. We're gonna have such a good time. All right. Just come with an open mind. That's what I ask. Open mind. A lot of the things you probably thought that you knew about business, you don't know them, because if you knew them, you'd be where you want to be at. All right. And just remember, there's more than one path to success. All right. Like what 5 + 5 is 10, 20 minus 10 is 10, right? 4 + 6 is 10. We got all these different ways to get to 10. It's the same thing to get to success, right? We can do a lot of different combinations to get there. So I want to expose you guys to different avenues, and you can pick the best one for yourself. And this has nothing to do with anything. I want to say this before I leave, okay? I would love for everybody in here to challenge yourself for the next 7 days. Wake up in the morning, okay? If you believe in God or whoever the higher entity is that you believe in, give your praises to the Lord. I believe in God. Give your praises to the Lord. Then I want you to turn a little timer on your phone for 60 seconds. And I just want you to start to shout out things in your home that you're grateful for. One of the easiest things you can do to set yourself up for opportunity. One of the easiest things you can do to shift the energy you have on a cellular level to more of a positive space, because when you're in gratitude, anger does not exist, sadness cannot exist, depression cannot exist, anxiety cannot exist. Any emotion that would hinder you is not going to exist when you're in that moment. All right. So that's what I want y'all to try for the next 7 days. Set yourself up with an expectancy for something good to happen to you. Set yourself up, right, with a mindset when you get out here into the world that you're grateful and you're thankful and you're focused on good things in your life, because we find what we focus on.
Amen. Amen. I needed that today. I woke up. I keep saying woke up, but I did a meditation and had an epiphany today. I had a whole epiphany today, Ashley. Whole epiphany.
We like epiphanies. We like epiphanies.
But I feel like I'm crazy because it's like the stuff I wanted. I was like, I don't want that no more. I'm going a whole new direction.
No, you're not crazy, because this is the thing. Though sometimes we think we want something and then we get it and you're like, this is it. Right? So if you figure it out before you get there, that there's really something deeper or bigger, right, that you're looking for, that's a blessing. And so the epiphany and that revelation came at the right time, instead of you wasting years going down the wrong path. Now that's hard. Now that's hard to see, watching somebody waste years going down a path to get somewhere, and then they're just like, this is it. And then they don't know what to do. They have whole entire breakdowns.
Okay, I'll be grateful that I got it when I got it. Yeah, yes. I was just so adamant about these things, and then I was like, you know what? I want X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. All of us have it though. I remember there's one point in time, like I just had it in my brain that I wanted to, get to an average of $20 million a year. And one day I was like, I don't want to do what it takes to get to $20 million a year. Then I had to ask myself, why do I exactly want to make $20 million a year, right? I mean, I really had to start asking myself these questions. I'm like, I have a very, very good quality of life right now. I'm doing quite fantastic, quite well. Is there really any reason that I need to be making $20 million a year? It's not. It's not, and when I really was like, what do I really want in my life, when it comes to time, being able to spend with my friends and my family, being able to have experiences, being able to have some type of balanced life. Because a lot of people that are pushing out $20 million a year businesses,
they have no life.
They have no life. Their business is their life. And I'm not saying that's the only way, but that I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in waiting until I'm 55 or 60 to start living my life, right? Because I put everything into a business and now I'm resentful and I have anger because I'm like, I built all this for y'all and y'all ungrateful and blah, all that other kind of stuff. And like, no, you built it for you. Did nobody even ask for that? So, there's not. I'm saying all to say there's nothing wrong with having an epiphany and saying, well, I thought I wanted this, but actually, now that I get a little deeper into it, now I'm a little bit more educated, I think I would like something else instead. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing.
Okay.
It's a good thing.
I'm surprised a few people. They're going to be like, oh, okay. They're like, oh. I thought you said you were there. Well, I'm doing it now. Don't worry about it.
Oh, wait. I don't know if Love Jones is still in here, but Love Jones, if you don't have anything to do, come to the event. Get with Storm. I would love to meet you in person. I enjoy watching you and Storm together on the streams. I think she's a good balance for you. She is. She's bubbly. She has like a high energy. I like the way y'all bounce off of one another. So Love Jones, if you ain't got nothing to do, please come to the event as my guest. Get up with Storm. We'll make sure, get your ticket taken care of and all of that. If you have nothing to do, she may be already booked and busy. Okay. Because it seems like a lot of people want to be around Love Jones.
Oh, they do. They do.
Yes. She's great. She's hilarious. And I like watching her go back and forth with you on the camera. It's amazing. I'm here for it.
Oh my God. Well, I get a certain amount of tickets just for me, right?
Yeah.
So she can get one of them.
She can get one of those. And then you probably, if you get time, you can do a giveaway too to somebody, to a Storm Chaser.
Definitely do that too. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'll do that this week. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Ashley. You enjoy your night. All right.
You too. Thank you, Storm. Bye, everybody. It was so nice to meet all of you guys. Thank y'all for being kind to me in the comments.
Oh, yeah. They love you over here. Take it easy now.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.